Hi everybody, I'm at ChupacabraCon in Austin 2019, and I'm here with Jake, and they are showing off their new product, Volcanic Legends, which we're going to be trying soon at our home table. So Jake, tell us a little bit about how the game got created.
So we wanted to build a game that was very fast for combat and very easy for new players and old players to pick up. And we came up with Volcanic Legends.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, I know you're selling the print book here. Can people get the PDF?
Yes, you can get it for free at parlorgaming.com.
And I'll put that link in the doobly-doo as well.
Yep. And if you want, you can also order the book for $10 online. We ship it to you. And we just want as much feedback as we can get. You can join our Discord. There's a link at parlorgaming.com as well. Give us as much feedback as you want. Me and Daniel are both on there pretty consistently, getting all the good and bad news and making the game better.
Cool. Now this is a generic setting, or does this include any setting material?
It's a very light fantasy setting. We just wanted something simple to get people in, enjoy the flavor of it, but really the system is where we want to shine the most.
Fantastic. And what are your long-term plans for it?
We are going to turn this into a full game over the next few months called Retroscape.
Okay.
And then possibly other settings on top as well. Retroscape's going to be a sci-fi game that's post-apocalyptic, 1920s deco punk jazz vibe on top of it.
Oh, I love that kind of fusion setting. That'll be cool.
Yeah. And then who knows from there? Based on that, we'll keep making more settings.
Fantastic. I love it. But Nate and Christina were kind enough to join me for our Nano campaign. We played 2 sessions. One session of character building and building up to a climax, and then the second session was the big climactic battle, and then sort of the denouement from there. Christina played a diplomat character.
Yep.
Nate played a sage, which is what mages are called in Volcanic. And the setting was in the Wild West plus magic. They were playing characters who each had been chosen by a Native American spirit to empower them and make them even more of what they already were. So Nate was a juiced up mage, and Christina was a juiced up diplomat. As I recall, your spirit was an old wizard type, and your spirit was a spider.
Yes, grandmother spider.
Right. So what did you guys think of the system?
I love the system. I thought it was, you can get a lot done with the simplistic nature of just upgrading dice from D12s to D20s and playing off of stats and skills. I wish there was a little bit more there, but other than that, I think it was really good. They just need a little bit more options.
Yeah, it's very clear. And by the way, you can download this for free. I'll put a link in the doobly-doo. It was very clear that this was just an ash can to get you started. Because I noticed we very quickly ran up against, I'd like to go higher level, but there's not much higher to go.
I believe, if I remember right, it only went up to level 3.
Right, it was something like that, maybe 5th,
Was it
4th.
I think it was 4.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact number, but it is a limited intro set, and definitely we were all sitting around going, okay, this is nice, we want more. The system's kind of interesting. It's a target number system, so you roll a number of dice equal to your stat, but what happens is you normally roll d12s, and for each level of skill you have, you replace one of those d12s with a d20. So now the odds of rolling your target number are higher. How did you feel about that? I know initially you had a little trouble kind of wrapping your head around the way the math of the game worked.
I thought it worked for the system pretty well. Once I got my head wrapped around it, like you said, it was easy to understand how different skills got leveled up, and you got to see the increase in their power more easily that way.
I got you. What was your favorite part of the system?
My favorite part of the system is the different traits that you could get. I know I did some pretty cool things with the things that the diplomat could do. One thing though that I thought was kind of interesting, one of the other players mentioned it, was that, okay, cool, you get really neat stuff at 1st level. Oh, 2nd level. Oh, get really cool stuff at 3rd level. Oh, 4th level. Okay, well, wonder what's going to happen at 5th level, because according to that, it's going to be really cool.
Right, so you would like to have seen something interesting happen at each level, perhaps?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a fair beat. You know, that's a fair concern.
But don't get me wrong, the stuff that I was able to do was pretty darn cool.
All right. Closing thoughts?
I really like the system. It does need proofread though. There
There
are
were
a lot of errors
typos
in there.
It needs proofreading.
Just as one example, under nature magic, it says fire magic.
Right. So kind of a big oops there.
Yeah.
All right. So hope you're listening at home, guys. That's a thing to definitely attend to. One thing I particularly liked about this system, I knew that it was written for sort of high fantasy, action fantasy, and I wanted to see where we could take it, so that's why I put it in a Western. This game does come with stats for firearms, at least some basic firearms. So it wasn't hard for me to extrapolate this out to a post-Civil War frontier West with magic. And so I appreciated the flexibility of the system. I know their first product is going to be the fantasy setting, but I hope we see them do some other world books with it because it is an interestingly flexible system.
Now, one other point on here is I really enjoyed the crafting system, and I think that was just under the Sage. I kind of wish they'd opened it up to other classes as well. But the weapon mechanics, like I believe brass knuckles was the same as a punch. There was no benefit of actually having that, and a lot of the weapons, it's just very small increment from one thing to another, and some of them don't give any increment at all.
So you'd like to see a little bit more diversity?
I'd like to see a little more diversity instead of just renaming things.
Gotcha. Any other thoughts? Things you wish you saw that you didn't?
Really, I don't think the mechanics of the system really need to change that much. I really liked how simple this was as far as getting a character started. You can do a lot of really cool things with a 3.5 character, but it takes a lot more effort to
we were
get
able to
done.
build our character and play a session. We got in 4 hours. I think we only spent about 45 minutes of that character building.
Yeah.
And 15 minutes of that was brainstorming what we were going to play.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, it is a quick to run system. Probably a great system for cons. If you were going to run a game at a convention, this is probably a great system to look at. All right, so one more time, Volcanic Legends, worth checking out.